Burkina Faso. When you hear that name, what comes to mind? For many around the world, it's conflict, instability, headlines about crisis in the Sahel. But what if that's not the whole story? What if Burkina Faso is one of the most misunderstood countries on earth? Because this is not just a place on the map. It is a nation whose name means the land of upright people. And that name wasn't chosen lightly. Before it was Burkina Faso, it was Upper Volta, a colonial name drawn from rivers. But in 1984, a young revolutionary leader changed that. His name was Thomas Sankara. At just 33 years old, he became president. And he didn't just want political change. He wanted mental liberation. He renamed the country Burkina Faso, combining local languages to create a new identity rooted in dignity. He cut his own salary, sold the government as luxury cars, encouraged local production, promoted women's rights, launched massive vaccination campaigns, planted millions of trees to fight disease. In 4 years, literacy rose, public health improved, corruption was challenged. Whether you agree with every method or not, one thing is undeniable. Burkina Faso once dared to imagine itself differently. And that spirit didn't disappear. Today, yes, the country faces serious challenges. Security threats, economic pressures, political instability. But that is not the full story. The real story lives in its people. In farmers who work dry soil and still produce food. In women who lead markets and sustain families. In youth who create music, art, and businesses despite uncertainty. In communities that gather, celebrate, and support one another. Burkina Faso hosts FESPACO, one of Africa's largest film festivals, a hub of storytelling, a center of culture. This is a country where art thrives, where music carries history, where tradition and modernity exist side by side. Yet, global narratives often reduce it to crisis. But resilience does not make headlines. Dignity does not trend. Courage is rarely viral. And still Burkina Faso stands. Not perfect, not without struggle, but upright. Its story is not one of victory, it is one of endurance, of identity, of a people who refuse to surrender their name or their pride. The land of upright people. Maybe the world doesn't need to save Burkina Faso. Maybe it needs to understand it. Because behind every headline is a human being. Behind every statistic is a story. Behind every challenge is a nation still standing. Burkina Faso is not just conflict. It is culture. It is history. It is revolution. It is resilience. And it deserves to be seen in full.